struggling Tampa team. So Lynn's got to, continue to ride the hot wave that they've been on.
Well, this Spartan team is a quality team, a lot of talent, and to the Tampa defense, I believe they were 3-4 when Duke Shelton went down with a high ankle sprain. Duke averaging a double-double, 6'8" senior out of Ocala, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 57% shooter from the floor. So obviously this Spartan team really missing the presence of their big man, Duke Shelton, and he is unavailable again today. Jamal Palmer is leading the Lynn Fighting Knights in scoring at 14 a game. He is an exciting performer, open floor, runaway train. His shooting percentages are on the rise. The junior out of Delray Beach, Grandview Prep, is our player to watch here today on the Lynn Sports Network.
Thank you, Ari. I'm here with tonight's player to watch, Jamal Palmer. Jamal, your last game against Barry started off a little slow. What clicked at halftime that really allowed you to score 13 out of your 18 total game points instead of the second half alone?
My teammates look at me as one of the leaders on this team, and, I just thought if I come out playing my hardest in the second half that they'll follow behind me, and that's originally what happened.
You are one of the leading offensive players for the Lynn Knights. How do you plan to maintain this momentum for the rest of the season?
I put all my trust into my teammates, and, they put all their trust into me, and that's how we just keep the flow going.
And the Fighting Knights offense has been doing very well this season. What's the plan to try to bring home that win against Tampa tonight?
We know that our offense has been flowing for the last 5 games, but we also know that it's going to start with defense, and we're going to have to guard them and keep our defensive flow up, and then our offense comes after that.
Awesome. Thank you, Jamal. Back to you, Ari.
Well, thank you so much, Victoria, and a nice addition to the Lynn Sports Network, helping out Sydney with the pre- and post-game and in-game interviews and a player-to-watch interviews. Great job. There's Jamal. Palmer and company now 5-5 in conference, still just 2-2 at home. Hard to believe, Alex. Here we are in, where are we? Almost late January, at least mid-January, and we've only played 4 home games all season.
Yeah, I know. I'm accustomed to them to Lynn having that holiday classic too, which adds a couple home games. But yeah, they were off to a cold start. Primarily the fact that they played a bunch of games. There was almost a month span that they were not home. So yeah, from the November 24th to December 30th, all their games were on the road or at a different location or a neutral site per se. But January 3rd, they came back beating Embry-Riddle. But yeah, they are back, and Jamal Palmer he's back. I mean, last year he was really bothered by the hand injury, which took him out for a little bit. But and then he started the year off really slow. He was at 19% from 3 coming into the Emory, and now he's up to 32%, almost 33% from 3. Again, with his jumper, the only thing I bug out with is that that little hitch he's got. But when it's clean and he shoots at the top of his shot, it's butter. And then the last part is, what he's very good at is that defense and then offense in transition. He loves to jump in the passing lanes, loves to get steals. Comes in averaging just a little bit below 1 a game in the steal category. But when he's in transition, his eyes are on the rim, and it's hard to stop him.
Our coaching matchup, Richard Schmidt for Tampa in his 34th season coaching the Spartans. Compiled an overall record of 657 and 338. That's a lot of wins.
It's a lot of games.
He's led the Spartans to 30 winning seasons, 16 NCAA tournament berths. Prior to coaching for the Spartans, Schmidt coached at Vanderbilt University. And Jeff Price has won nearly 200 victories, all-time head coaching at Lynn University, 394 victories all-time as a head coach. Coach Price, his assistant coach, Tay Norwood, assistant coach John Franklin, and graduate assistant Adam Kaplan. Coach Richard Schmidt, assisted by Justin Pekka. And speaking of Tay Norwood, look at that suit coat, Alex. Is that sharp or what? I don't know if he's heading to the Playboy Mansion after this game, but wherever he's going, I want to be going.
I mean, look at the coaches with the beige suits on. Tay Norwood, the defensive coach, the guy who's the energy guy. There
he is.
You'll find him on the bench without him speaking. but you know he'll be loud this whole game.
Yeah, Tay looking sharp next to Coach Price. Here's the anthem. And let's get to the starting lineup on the Lynn Sports Network.
Jamal Palmer, Derry Beach, Florida.
Brandon Bonellis, Tampa Beach, Florida.
Rasheed Worrell, Bellhaven, North Carolina.
Ryan Peterson, Weathersfield, Connecticut.
Kevin O'Brien, Miami, Florida.
And Jeff Winter will introduce them live to you. And that was Jeff Price introducing the starting lineup for the Lynn Fighting Knights, who are 8-8, 5-5 in conference, 2-2 here at home. Tampa against 7-9, 3-7 in Sunshine State Conference play, 1-4 on the road. They will start Nikola Marajan, 7'1" junior out of Serbia. Keep an eye on that. We don't typically see that kind of size here in the Sunshine State Conference. Really guard-dominated league. Terrific guards and slashers in this league, but interesting to see a 7'1" guy out there. Pat Bacon, 6' junior out of Indianapolis, averaging 20 a game. He is number 25. Keep an eye on the sizzling Bacon. Anthony Gamble is number 21, Mackay Biffle, number 13, and Marcel Robinson, number 11. Worrell wins the jump against the 7'1" center.
Marajan, this is his first start, averaging only 11 minutes a game. Comes in only 2.5 points a game. It's not a huge factor, but size is always interesting, especially in a zone like this where they're going to be looks like a 3-2.
Palmer is short on that initial three, and it surprised there, Alex, to see Marajan playing the point of that 3-2 zone at 7'1".
Well, actually, Price does the same thing, too, when he puts Kenny into his zone. He'll put Kenny up at top, and he'll actually drop him down low usually. So I'm not too surprised on that because if it's a drop 3-2 into a 2-3, I'm not surprised. We got some range.
Yeah, good-looking jumper by the 7-1 junior out of Serbia. 2 3-pointers taken by both clubs. I see the Lynn baseball team with Rudy in charge over there in the corner just entered the gym. There's O'Brien against the zone.
And Marijan does not drop, so it's a straight-up 3-2.
Worrell reverse. Won't get there. So Lynn 0 for 2 to start. And this is Biffle rising 4-3 side of the rim. O'Brien retrieves the rebound. And Bornelis.
Yeah, beat him down the court.
Peterson looking for an angle. Palmer drives out to O'Brien, 4-3. Another short shot. So the team's now 0 for 5, and everybody's been short.
Yeah, where are the legs? I thought the music to getting the introductions going, supposed to get your legs underneath you. Some shoddy legs so far to start.
See if Lynn can get something towards the basket here. Bornelis curls off a double pick. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Brandon 4-3, good.
He's been doing that. Lynn's been kind of cold. Bornelis has been the guy to answer for him. So no surprise there. He gets the first points to the board in this game and for Lynn.
39% from beyond the arc. Brandon averaging 11 a game, the freshman from Pompano.
Man, what a spark he's been since he's been in the starting lineup also, taking Alan Baez's spot.
Biffle hanging, Peterson battling, retrieves the rebound. Worrell looking for a guard, finds Palmer. Yeah, that loss earlier in the season at Tampa, the Spartans didn't see Bornelis at point. But since then, he has taken over the point guard position. Underneath Worrell.
Yeah.
Low look pass O'Brien. He lays it in with the left hand. Beautiful feed from Worrell.
And that was all set up by Kevin O'Brien sealing off the big man up top. He sealed him off, got position. So once they got into Worrell, it was an easy slip to the basket for O'Brien.
Bacon hanging and drawing the foul on O'Brien as Tay Norwood upset at the defensive rotation there. And Coach Price will call Kevin over to explain to one of his leaders, the junior out of Miami. To the free throw line, Pat Bacon. He is third in the nation, Alex, in made free throws. So he has a knack to get to the line, 83% on the season.
Yeah, when you score 20 points a game, teams are going to try to, stick on to you and make sure you don't get, get into position. But when you drive the lane as much as he does, you get a lot of those points at the basket. So he's aggressive. 20 points a game, it's no laughing matter.
Bacon connects on both. Junior, he played at Lawrence North High School, a renowned high school basketball program in Indianapolis. And you wonder how he got out of the state of Indiana.
I mean, Indiana's a basketball factory. They just love our good Midwest basketball.
That ball in the air.
Take a charge,
Here comes Bacon. Sidesteps Bornelis, but good defense by Brandon. Made Bacon take a difficult shot, but they give it right back to the Spartans. Flying in, and O'Brien just picked up his second. So that chaotic sequence there results in Kevin having to go to the bench early. Just 3 minutes in, and that hurts. Coach Price shaking his head. That's what turnovers do. They wreak havoc to your team.
Yeah, especially when you got one of their men down right at the basket. The guy was lying down here. I believe that was number 11. That was Robinson. He was down here, so you had opportunity for numbers, and you throw the ball away at half court, but it's not going to do anything because Daniel Cooper will get some early action.
Cooper, the first sub off of the bench for Coach Price. Second free throw is in from Mekhi Biffle, a sophomore, another Lawrence Central High School product. So Coach Schmidt doing a good job up in fertile basketball territory up in Indiana. That pass deflected by the big man. Numbers for the Spartans again. Flying in and laying it in is Bacon. And we are tied at 5. Worrell by himself scores.
Get back now in defense. No easy baskets again.
Bacon says, come on up the floor with me. in the post. Cooper may have gotten away with a foul, but that miss was from Robinson. Palmer.
I like that. Smart. Even though you don't want them to set up the zone, you want to set up your offense. That's important.
Ryan for 3, good. Up to call it 2. His foot was just over the line. Peterson with a bucket. He averages 11 a game. The 6'6" junior out of Wethersfield, Connecticut.
It's interesting to watch how they play Peterson in the zone. He's a knockdown shooter. Bacon was trying to help up top, but he was a little bit too slow. Offensive foul.
Yeah, clear out by the big man Marajan as he was screening multiple players on his way down the lane. And that will take us to the under 16-minute media timeout. 9-5 Lynn. They lead it by 4 here on the Lynn Sports Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This
Another good look at the Lynn huddle. Coach Price's team up 9-5. He reminded me before this game that the last time Tampa was in here, that was that game last year. I don't know if you were with me, Alex, on that broadcast. We were down by about 20. Was it the one where we were down by 16 points,
Yep.
I think, with about 5 minutes to go?
Yeah, Lynn had that 18-2 stretch run. The final 3 minutes, 6 seconds. I actually was not here for that. I would think I was up in Orlando for that. But that was the second I saw that stat here, that note, I wanted you to bring that up because I remember you calling that. I was listening in when you guys were calling that game, and that was one heck of a game, man. That was an awesome, awesome game. And that was part of that time where Lynn just kept coming back from all those. It was like Lynn, it was Rollins, all those teams were just coming back on. And, they started that trend a little bit this year, but hasn't been worked out too much. So getting a lead is important.
Yeah, it certainly is. You don't want to get in that habit again, having to come back from 20-point deficits. Long 3, good. Mornellis extending his range and launching it over the 7-footer. 12-5, Fighting Knights. Marcel Robinson, senior out of Palm Bay. Biffle rises 4-3, hits the front rim. Cooper seizes the board. Mornellis with his eyes up, attacking in transition. Peterson 4-3. Laurel the rebound. Rashid loses it out of bounds. Spartan ball. The 4th turnover already for Lynn. 1 miscue for Tampa. Pat Bacon. We're on a double ball screen. Nobody there. Rejected by Peterson. Lead pass Mornellis to Cooper, flying in, misses the layup. Palmer was fouled on his putback attempt. The foul called on Anthony Gamble. Well, Bacon really upset. He thought he was fouled. The Peterson block was clean. Did you see a foul before that, Alex?
I did not know. I was more upset by the fact that no one picked up the ball. There was a total miscommunication on whether it was supposed to be a switch or not. But I didn't see a foul on Peterson. But I would love Cooper. Cooper's got the ability to try to finish over someone, get a foul that way. Kind of just brought it underneath when you do that. Lots of room for error.
Well, Palmer connects on the first foul shot of the day for the Fighting Knights. Tampa 3 for 4 from the line already. 13-5, Knights. Jamal improving those numbers, not just his three-point shooting, but the free throw shooting as well. And he's going to get to the line quite a bit. Peterson, another steal. 3-on-2 opportunity. Ryan splits 2 defenders, banks it in, and 1.
Man, he's so underrated in that aspect. I mean, you think of him as a knockdown shooter, but he really has that ability to put the ball in the court, especially in transition. And gosh, that was a beautiful play off the glass, man. That's really big.
Yeah, you're right. Peterson, not just a long-range bomber. He does everything on the court. including coming up with a ton of loose balls. He's a lot longer than I think a lot of players think he is as just a long-range shooter. He's 6'6", he's got long arms, quick hands. And a hold there on Worrell, so Rasheed will pick up his first. Remember, O'Brien already on the bench with 2.
And interesting to see that Coach Price went with Cooper before James or Wachukwu. So, obviously if Rasheed gets in foul trouble, those 2 will be right off the bench. Or even Michael Baez.
Freddie Abraham in the game, a junior out of Ontario, averages 6 points off of the bench for Coach Schmidt. Here's Biffle. What a physique on him, 6'2", 175. He is put together.
Gamble was a mismatch anyway. Oh, never mind.
And the backdoor executed perfectly by the Spartans. Coach Schmidt's specialty there. 16-7, Lynn. Palmer running the baseline. Cooper. Peterson leans in and banks it in. You think that typically you don't see players going for the backboard at that angle, but he was definitely aiming for it.
Hey, Ryan knows the bank's open. He knows that he's going to take advantage.
In the post, Bacon against Bornellis, leans in, fades away, in and out. Palmer captures the rebound. Here comes Palmer on the attack. Bornellis rises for 3, bam!
Wow. I mean, those guys are so talented when they put it all together. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Lynn by 2 touchdowns. Bornellis with another triple. Spartan timeout. Lynn blitzing Tampa out of the gate this year. Last year it was the Spartans doing this to Lynn. Let's hope it's not the same a different finish the way we started last year, where Lynn came back on that huge run. This is a dangerous Spartan team. They can fill it up in a hurry.
Yeah, no, they can. And they might be missing a key player, but in Duke Shelton. But again, I mean, Lynn last year didn't have a guy like Bornellis he's consistent. I think that's what's really big, and you can tell here. I mean, a lot of the guys they had last year weren't as consistent, but Bornellis come in, he's consistent. Palmer finding him on the break. Peterson, I mean, these new guys are really making an impact in this game, and that's really good to see in different aspects. Peterson on the defensive end is stealing a block. Bornellis pushing the break, pulling up in transition for 3. Great aspects of the game that Lynn didn't really have as much last year.
Yeah, Brandon really learning to manage the game. Is that an offensive foul? It looked like Bornellis was hipped. Now they're going to call it on Bornellis. He ran into that screen. I thought maybe the Tampa picker stuck his hip out, but it goes on Lynn. And Bornellis learning how to manage that game, has a ton of skill. Bacon in the post finds a teammate. Cooper, excellent defense. Daniel leading the break. Ahead to Michael Baez, slashing in as it blocked out of bounds. Nice athletic play by Anthony Gamble, the junior out of Tampa.
Good transition defense by Gamble. Had to get back there. Lynn again pushing the break. 26 seconds on the shot clock. Got the ball underneath the basket. You got a lot. You can do a lot here, and as Tampa's in man now.
Michael Baez is checked in for Coach Price. Yeah, Tampa goes to man-to-man defense, first time today. And Brandon almost lost it out of bounds. Worrell wants it deeper. Nice fake. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Brandon knifes in, puts it up. Didn't hit rim. I didn't think. I guess maybe it nicked it because they reset. And no argument from Tampa. Good pass into Worrell, who's being held in the post by Gamble. Bornellis recognized that. Well, Worrell really starting to exert himself in the conference. Alex, Coach Price and the staff had high expectations for the Bowling Green transfer, and he is really starting to produce.
Yeah, it comes in 9.5 points a game. he really wanted to expand his game. Now he was an interior defender as well as a post player on offense, but he really wanted to expand that even more, and he's done that a little bit. If you look at his 3-point percentage, he's only 2 for 6 from 3, which is kind of efficient, but he's really extended his game for Lynn and become more of a vocal leader, especially when they were struggling.
Bacon, you can't leave him in the post. Michael Baez being sent to the deck. And I believe they're going to stay here and get Baez for the hold initially before the takedown. So under 12-minute media timeout, 21-7. Lynn, the play has gotten physical over the past couple possessions. And we will stay here during this timeout. Lynn looking for another doubleheader victory. They had it last home game over Eckerd and trying to repeat that here against Tampa. As you see Tay Norwood animated in the huddle with his slick-looking sport coat today.
Yeah, Tay Norwood's obviously he's a big energy guy. He preaches defense. He preaches using energy on both ends of the court, and he wants to keep that up. Lynn's still up 21-7 before that last timeout, same score. So they don't want to lose all their energy. Good time for the media timeout. So we got the stats right here for you, but Lynn they want to keep pace. They want to keep the pace up. They want to keep what's been working is feeding Bornelis, or getting Palmer in transition, obviously, and Ryan Peterson 3 of 4 from the field. Get those guys more involved. Keep getting those guys touches. Yeah, Bornelis with 9.
Kevin O'Brien went to the bench with 2 quick fouls. He's going to come back in the game here. Let's see that Wuchukwu will also enter the game for his first playing time. So Coach Price risking putting Kevin in, but he does this, and I agree with this move. A little bit unorthodox with what many coaches will do. He will bring a player back with 2 fouls rather than having him sit an entire half and get completely cold and taken out of the game. So the 7-footer couldn't hang on. If he did, he may have had a dunk. Tampa with their 3rd turnover and just 2 of 11 from the field. Bornelis threw a double screen, picked up on a switch. Bacon is there. Brandon for 3. Rebounded by Robinson. Look at that move by Bacon. Sets up the big man who draws the foul on Wuchukwu. So Pat Bacon, who averages 20 a game, he also came in with 68 total assists. So he's not just a scorer. You could see that dish right there. Marajan, 71% from the free throw line. Alan Baez will give Bornelis his first rest of the day. Baez challenged by Bacon. Palmer in the corner, a little isolation here. O'Brien comes off a screen. Wuchukwu calling forward in the post. Kenny gets it, turns to face, short corner jumper. No, but Michael Baez is there. He goes up strong.
He's really good at that. He's 6'5", but he uses all 6'5" on that. And he's really able to use his body as create separation. 6'6", I'll give him another inch. But he's really capable of doing that. He did that Wingate.
Pull up Jay. There's Michael elevating for the rebound, but he had it whacked away, gets on the floor and commits a foul to try to get it back. So Baez, that is his second, so he joins O'Brien with 2. Yeah, you mentioned Michael's time at Wingate. He was all South Atlantic first team in his second season at Wingate. And that season he led the Bulldogs in scoring at 16 points a game. In and out with a free throw.
Kenny.
Yep, missed by Biffle. So 23-8, Lynn.
Oh.
Another turnover.
That's not like Allen to make that pass. He knows that. He usually knows where everyone is on the course, including the defenders. And he looked like he telegraphed that in the wing. And the wing defender looks like that was, can't get a number on him. I think that might be
Biffle.
Biffle. Yeah, Biffle. Yeah, he was able to read that like a book. I mean, he's sagging off the corner, and he was able to knock it away from O'Brien from the hack.
So Makai Biffle back to the free throw line. He just missed. He shoots just 51% from the free throw line.
It's only 23-9. Lynn's still doing a good job defensively.
Yeah, good energy. Biffle taking his time, missed that one. O'Brien able to secure that one. Alan Baez really trying to find his rhythm here this season. Palmer on that ball screen. Tampa has been aggressive in this man-to-man defense. This has worked out much better for them than their zone. Nearly come up with another steal, but just 6 seconds on the shot clock. Michael Baez to the rim and scoring.
That's when he's at his best. It's that it's the driving ability. It's that 5-foot range after offensive rebound. It's when he's at his best, and AB's at his best right there on defense.
And Palmer at his best in the open floor,
there
scoring.
Everyone at their best in that possession, huh?
27-9. The team encouraging the crowd for support with this fast start. Ibrahim. They're looking to Bacon. Alan Baez is denying him the ball. And Palmer will get called for a bit of a hold there. I don't know about that one, but I think Jamal is asking to come out. They may have an equipment issue. So Peterson will come in. Palmer maybe just needed a breather there. Coming in for Coach Schmidt is Alberto Morano, sophomore from Canaria, Gran Canaria. You ever heard of that, Alex?
I have not. Sure it's on the Grand Canyon? They misspelled Grand Canyon?
Yeah, the bottom of the canyon? No. Alberto, a sophomore, averaging 4 a game. And Biffle knocks down 2. So Coach Schmidt digging deeper is going to go also to John Whitaker off of the bench. 27-11. Michael Baez backing down. Turnaround fade away, rimming good. Michael Baez, good activity off of the bench today. Baez averaging 8.5 points a game on the season.
That's what I talked about in the women's game too. Keep that hot hand in there and keep finding him. Michael Baez is that hot hand. Coach Price has to stay with him.
O'Brien hits the deck. Peterson out of the pack. O'Brien, the trailing 3, bang!
Keep pouring it on. Keep pouring it on.
32-11. Good
closeout, Kenny.
Yeah, good recovery. Lynn very intense defensively. Great help. Don't call that on O'Brien. That's his 3rd. And Kevin not only picks up his 3rd, but takes a shot. May have gotten an elbow right in the face.
Just a little bit late. May have had his feet also in the zone, but that's a really good idea. Just maybe, you don't want to be too aggressive there if you're Kevin. You want to stay in this. You just hit a three. Your team is up by 20, 21 points. I mean, maybe. Listen. You love the aggressiveness on defense. Just you want to. If you're Kevin, you want to stay in the game.
Yeah.
You want to keep shooting.
I think he only knows how to play one way.
Yeah.
Alex. He can't pull back. That's just O'Brien.
That's good, and that's why he's such a success here at Lynn. I mean,
yeah.
So he's a fan favorite, good guy. Just at that point, you might. I mean, yeah, you can't pull up too easy, but it's not an easy thing to do. As James and Bell check in.
O'Brien will be on the bench for the remainder of the half. 8 minutes left in the half. He has 3 fouls. So Tampa back to the free throw line. They've kind of been living at the free throw line, but haven't capitalized completely, leaving a number of points off of that mark. We haven't gotten updated stats on that, but and this one rattles in. So Whitaker comes in for Robinson. Whitaker, a junior out of Fairfax, Virginia. Averages 3 a game. (32-12). Now 32-13. Darius James in the game for O'Brien. Number of options for Coach Price up front. Now Daniel Cooper seems to be the first sub at that 4 and 5 position now, Alex, but he also has Wachukwu and Darius James.
Yeah, and he's playing them all. He's playing them all. Still trying to get a feel of what works. And wow, what a finish!
Well, that's
Ryan.
a tough shot by Peterson.
That's definitely an interrupter. But listen, whatever works, and once you get down to postseason play, I mean, those minutes might be limited. They're still trying to figure it out. But what a finish by Ryan! Wow.
Whitaker for 3 hits the back of the iron. Rebound. Biffle, his
Good
shovel
defense.
pass deflected out of bounds by Peterson, and that receives a round of applause from Jeff Price. So the under 8-minute media timeout. It's been all in here this afternoon to the delight of the crowd thus far. 34-13. Friday nights on the Lynn Sports Network.
The Lynn Sports Network had a big pickup in the offseason, netting single-season three-point record holder Pepe Vasquez to its staff. And she has proven on and off the court, she gets buckets.
Pepe, can you fill this up for me?
Sure, no problem. Oh, Pepe.
Woo!
Is it alright? Oh, Pepe. Yeah.
Hey, Pepe, you go this way on your way out?
Yeah. Oh, Pepe.
Pepe.
To see Michael Baez, he's provided some energy off of the bench. We get some fresh stats run up here to our perch at the top of the DeHornley Center. And looks like they're running a little low on ink. Maybe that should be the next Lynn Sports Network commercial starring Chad Beatty. We are back in play here. I don't know if you can read these.
Well, I know that they've only made 2 shots from the field. Has Tampa, and 9 of their points have come from the free throw line, 9 of 13. But 2 of 15 now from the field is Tampa. Lynn, 58% from the field, 50% from 3. And that percentage will go right up with Kenny with a dunk. And they're shooting 66% from the free throw line. Easy buckets, 60% from the field now.
Wachukwu with the dunk. 36-13, Randy Bell in the game. Falls down, that leaves Whitaker open, who drains it.
So only their 3rd field goal made for Tampa.
Wachukwu battling for position. That went through the defender's legs, that pass from Randy Bell. Peterson with a hand in his face, wide right.
Don't get sloppy now. Don't get sloppy.
Now, shot clock was expiring. Coach Price not happy.
Yeah, right.
Peterson, great effort. Now they got to scramble to get back. Peterson deflects the pass after coming back from the front row, eating a little popcorn, and then comes back for the second deflection.
Man, Ryan's all over the place so far. Had just a crazy, he's got 8 points, and he's been all over the place. I mean, if we count deflections, he's got 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, but I think 4 or 5 deflections alone.
Yeah, he is all over the place. It was good to meet Ryan's dad the other home game. He was in town visiting, enjoying the warm weather coming down from Connecticut. A lot of support, family support, a lot of good people in this program. And grabbing the Wachukwu, but think of some of the parents and Mr. O'Brien we've had in attendance, and Mr. Peterson coming down, the Palmers, of course, Greg and Linda, the Bornellis crew, usually with there's a couple of Bornellis shirts there today. Usually they've got a whole row of people, but it's great to see the support.
And everyone, tuning in too, the families tuning in, it's always appreciated too. And, they love their Lynn Fighting Knights. That is always nice.
Yeah, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching and listening to the Lynn Sports Network. And we do appreciate seeing you in person here at the DeHornley Center. 36-16. So Tampa now 10 of 14 from the free throw line. Lynn 2 of 3. And 11 of their 18 points scored at the foul line for the Spartans. Bornellis leading the way with 9 points on 3 triples. Randy Bell, a long-range bomb, gets a lot of air, and Worrell will check back in for Lynn. And I think Coach Price is a little bit disappointed in the execution over the past 3 trips.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy possessions. I mean, Peterson having to hoist one up, Randy Bell having to hoist one up. I mean, it's been a couple sloppy possessions, and, the lead is still 18, but you don't want to get in bad habits.
Here comes Bell leading the attack. Finds Peterson for 3. Hits the back of the iron. The Spartans with a transition opportunity. They run ahead. Nice passing. And Bacon puts it in. And 36-20. Still 5 minutes remaining in the first half. And for Lynn, you want to close these 5 minutes strong. Don't give the Spartans any idea that they've got a chance to come back and take this one.
This starts the execution on the offensive end and then getting stops on defense.
There is James backing down, forces up a wild shot, gets it back. Bank that, no good. Tip try, no. DJ one more time.
That's good fight. God, that's just awesome basketball. Stay fighting on the backboards. Can't get the first, the second, the third, the fourth to go. Get the 5th one to go.
DJ ding up Robinson. Moreno, left-hander, launches short.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Underneath, they're going to get Bornellis. He was battling underneath with Bacon for a rebound position.
The foul count is just, it's not even close.
Yeah, back to the free throw line again. So Bornellis picks up his second. So 3 on O'Brien, 2 on Bornellis, 2 on Michael Baez. So Alan Baez will come back and get Bornellis, as he may stay on the bench for the remainder of the first half.
That being said, Alan Baez is to go back to controlling that offensive unit that he had in the last couple of years, but also at the same time be that stout defender that we know he is.
James in the post, puts it down, and Bacon was there to strip it, but Lynn fortunate. Tampa lost it out of bounds. And I think Coach Price was waiting for that media timeout. I think he wants to talk to his team. Didn't call the timeout in anticipating this one. Palmer will check back. Well, the lead is still 16, but you get the idea that the momentum is shifting over to Tampa a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's a couple sloppy possessions by Lynn. They've been pretty stagnant offense, and it's been one pass shots and, you know, and just bad shots. I mean, Randy Bell hoisting one up, barely nicked the rim if it did at all. Ryan Peterson, the one pass shot. I mean, those aren't the best shots. They might be good looks. Like Peterson was wide open, but, you know, especially when you're struggling a little bit on offense, get the ball moving, get people going, get the offense working. And Darius James in that last possession earned that basket.
So Coach Price huddling his team up. He's going to put Jamal back in the game.
There we go.
All right, we got the ink baggie. You think the advertisement where Paulo is shooting the hoops with the papers, the ink was working?
Oh, yeah. Well, so since the last time out, Tampa's on a little bit of a 9-4 run. So Lynn needs a basket here to break that. Keep this lead extended.
A balanced scoring attack for the Fighting Knights. Ornelas leading the way with 3 triples, 9 points, 8 points for Peterson. Randy Bell.
Mark back.
Not much movement right now on the offense in under 15 seconds. Bell behind the back with a dribble. Ooh, tough pass for Baez to handle. Palmer will get a high ball screen with 6'5", all the way to the rim. Hooks it up, banked it in.
That's a good sub by Coach Price. Although that offense was stagnant, get Jamal Palmer with a head of steam going to the rim on a high screen and roll.
Well, Worrell didn't get a piece of that, and that left Moreno wide open for a lay-in. Jamal Palmer now with 6 points. Good fluid offense so far here, but then they throw it away. Lynn's 8th turnover.
Coming averaging 16 a game. It's not the best numbers. That's why the team falls down a lot.
Morano. Good defense, and he took steps. Darius James cut off his path. And for Tampa, that is their 6th turnover. Ryan Peterson will check back in for Randy Bell, who struggled a bit on the court. He's kind of shaking his head, a little bit disappointed with himself. And you get the feeling that, Randy may want more PT. He had such a big year at Holy Family before the transfer.
Yeah, and hopefully get better passing going. A couple of bad passes last couple possessions. This has been terrible offense.
Well, he's going to have to earn that playing time. It's not easy to get it at the wing position with the talent that Lynn has. Easy jumper for Bacon from the free throw line. Timeout. Coach Price upset. A little lackadaisical defense on that trip. And the lead is now 14, 2:15 to play in the first half. And you see the intensity level maybe dip a bit here over the last few minutes for Lynn.
Yeah, as I was talking about before, a bunch of sloppy possessions. You can't coast, and they should know this from personal experience. Guys like, Daniel Cooper, he saw it last year. Although he was a redshirt last year, he saw it. Jamal Palmer saw it. Alan Baez saw it. All these guys, Kevin O'Brien, they were part of what made that team, like that game, really good against Tampa. And it was possessions like that on the other side where they were able to capitalize, on that 18-2 run. But you can't fall victim to your own, to what you've done before. You can't fall victim. And Lynn's got to really step up these last 2 minutes, close the half, win the half, win the end of this half.
Bornellis on the bench with 2, Kevin O'Brien on the bench with 3. And anytime Kevin's not on the floor, the intensity level does seem to drop a bit. Worrell, great follow-up, muscles that up and in. And Coach Price asking for a foul as well. He thought that should have been an and one. But Rashid reacting, coming out of timeout with some energy. And there's a walk, a little slip. Let's hope that Biffle's okay. He appears to be all right, but that slick spot should be taken care of there. The lead is 16 with 1:40 to play in the half. Palmer. World deep. That's where he wants it. Being shoved and hit, no call.
Wow,
and
that's
then
a block.
Palmer
Oh.
charges into Morano.
I thought he was late.
But I'll tell you, Worrell was really being bumped and kneed in the post. So they're going to bring on Travion Henry for Jamal Palmer. Now Palmer goes to the bench with 2 fouls now. So Henry hasn't got much PT. He'll be sent in for defense, minute and a half. He can play D. He's a 2-time captain defensively for the Northwestern Wildcats on the gridiron. Now that was nearly a walk.
Yeah, I like this. I love watching him play defense, man. It is awesome.
Bacon knifing through and out of bounds, last touch by DJ.
But he was caught ball watching a little bit. His man slipped back door. He was trying to, he did not see that, so he got bailed out a little bit on that.
Travion Henry, 2-time captain of the Northwestern Wildcats, played safety up in Evanston and using his last year of eligibility for hoops. Bacon with Worrell in his face. Good defense by Rashid on the perimeter. Minute remains in the half. Backdoor to Peterson and loses it out of bounds. Ryan kind of took his eye off of that pass when he saw the 7-1 Marijan looming. There's Bacon. He just glides. Morano wide open out of the corner, and he buries it. He's a 40% three-point shooter. Nice looking release there. Soft touch. Moreno cuts the lead to 13. 40 seconds. Big trip here for Lynn. Try to maintain this advantage. Henry try to get into a scorer's hands now with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Go, Rashid. Work.
Baez have to take it to the rim, had it poked away and stolen. And here comes Tampa. Ibrahim draws the block on Henry. And back to the free throw line is Tampa with 10 seconds remaining in the half.
Lynn getting their just desserts on this half. They're on this end of this half. I mean, you can call it essentially a quarter from that, 10-point frame on. Tampa's been really able to take advantage of a lackadaisical Lynn offense. I mean, they've been all right on defense, but offensively it's been a different story.
Well, credit Coach Schmidt, because it was right about the time they went to that man-to-man defense, Alex, that Lynn begun to get sloppy. And that's a lot to do with Tampa's defense.
Well, usually with Lynn usually excels in a man-to-man offense versus a zone offense, but it's been on the contrary today.
6 seconds. Baez may have taken a walk. Henry nowhere to go there. And not really a possession. Last possession, you'd rather have that ball in Peterson's hands. He's your best scoring option with Palmer on the bench. I mean, you got Worrell out there, but it's tough to get into the post with 6 seconds remaining.
I thought they were going to call a foul, too, which could be key, because that's on Rashid, by the way, before the end of the half. That could be bad, because I saw the ref raise his hand before halftime, but...
Well, let's hope not.
Yeah.
But that closes the first half. 42-30. Lynn led by as many as, where were we up? At least 18.
It was a 21-point game.
21-point lead, yeah. So Tampa really able to fight back. Tough man-to-man defense. They got to the free throw line. They got some help from Lynn, who kind of had a bit of a lull after opening up that huge lead. And they took advantage, and it's a 12-point lead. But Tampa definitely takes momentum on their side into the locker room. We'll be back in approximately 10 minutes with all your first half totals and second half action. 42-30 at the half here from Lynn.
Being a different kind of learner. being part of a team.
Imagine being part of the solution.
Imagine being part of the nightlife.
Being in the sunshine.
Imagine being part of the innovation.
Imagine being part of the tradition.
Being part of the production.
Imagine being a go-getter.
Imagine being focused.
Being free to figure it all out.
Imagine being a global citizen.
Being right at home. Imagine being encouraged to be who you are.
Imagine what's next.
Imagine being on your way.
With Lynn University being a leader in the educational green movement, we here in athletics thought we'd jump on board. So brace yourselves. We're going paperless for our schedule cards.
So how can we find out when our championship fighting nights are playing?
Excellent question, Tiara. We've developed this cutting-edge technology that allows you to download the latest Fighting Nights schedules. It may be a bit cumbersome, but let me show you how it's done. Step 1, log on to lynnfightingnights.com. Step 2, click on the composite schedule. Step 3, scroll to the bottom of the page and click iCalendar to save. Step 4, click Save. Any questions? Lance, you're going to have to speak up. Well, Lance, I kind of just explained this. You're going to follow steps 1 through 4. Remember, they're 4 easy steps.
So, Chad, I'm new here to Lynn, and my mother's brother's sister-in-law's cousin's 12th removed, 4th regained brother-in-law's sister's dog wants to know how to find my games. Where can they find them online?
Rashid, 1 through 4. Guys, 1 through 4. Lynn University's swimming program has been fantastic since it started in 2013, with individual national champions and conference swimmers of the year. But this is the season the team takes it to a whole new level. For years, head coach Nikki Alvarez has been pushing the NCAA to become pioneers in the swimming world by establishing new events. Finally, her time has come as this season we introduce the doggy paddle.
I'm overjoyed that the NC2A has moved forward with this groundbreaking event. Now that the doggy paddle has been approved as a new competition, I have the Lynn swim team working hard to perfect their doggy paddle stroke.
Coach Alvarez is up to the task, but she also brought in the best to train the girls, Coach Riley. This specialist has been practicing and teaching the art of doggy paddling for several years and hopes to train the girls to be the best of the best. As the swim team gears up for the next season, Coach Riley and Alvarez know our swimmers can be the #1 doggy paddlers in the country. Here's to the Fighting Knights fetching more national championships.
Welcome back to the DeHornley Center. Pretty good crowd on hand. Hoping to see a Lynn doubleheader victory. Impressive win for the Lynn women over Tampa. And the men shoot out of the gate quickly, open up a 21-point advantage, and have a 12-point lead. Here as we prepare for second half action, Alex is going to run down the first half totals for you. And we'll go down to courtside as soon as Coach Price is out with Sydney. Go ahead, Alex.
So really quickly, Lynn 42-30. The 42 points came on 50% shooting, 33% from the three-point line, and 2 or 3 from only 3 attempts at the free throw line. But really the story for them, 12 turnovers so far in the first half. For Tampa, they started the game 2 of 14 from the field. They're now 7 of 24. And but they got most of their points on the free throw line, almost half. Going 14 of 19 at the free throw line. For Lynn, the scoring has come by Brandon Bornillis and Ryan Peterson with 9 from Bornillis, 8 from Peterson. Bornillis 3 of 4 from the three-point line. Ryan Peterson hasn't hit a 3 yet, but most of his shots have been acrobatic finishes for his 8. Again, the turnover battle is 12-7 for Lynn, and a lot of those coming within the last couple minutes of halftime. I know that Coach Price is heading over to Sydney now, so I'll send down a little bit.
And I think they're ready. Okay, take it away, Sydney.
You guys trailed the entire time last time at Tampa. What's different this game?
Well, we're doing a better job on the defensive end. I mean, we held them at 29% from the field, but kind of disappointed. We had a 23-point lead and kind of gotten some foul trouble and let up a little bit in the half, and all of a sudden it's a 12-point game. So they're doing a really good job. They've shot 19 free throws. They did the same thing over there. They got to the free throw line a lot. We got to do a better job with that.
So what do you think is going to be the biggest threat to the lead in the second half?
I think our ability to keep their best players down. Marcel Robinson had 0 for 5 from the field and is really, really good shooter. So I think we have to continue to lock down on their guys that can really hurt us and not get complacent. I thought we got complacent in the first half, and now we got a game.
Can never get comfortable. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you. Good job, Sydney. Thanks, Coach Price. So, Tampa with those 19 free throws to Lynn's 3. A 14-2 advantage from the free throw line. And Alex, only 7 field goals made by the Spartans, but the 14 points at the free throw line keeping them in this one. Lynn out-rebounded the Spartans 27-11. That's a remarkable margin.
So since that 7-18 mark, where they shot 2 of 14 from the field, they would have gone 5 of 10. Lynn in that stretch. So Lynn scored. They've outscored Lynn 17-8. So this is really the turning point right here. Was this 7-18 remaining? And yeah, they've made 5 more free throws in that span, and it's really been it's been honestly all Tampa since that 7-18 mark. Really, although the scoreboard might not seem like that, it's just been the type of turnovers that Lynn's had. Really bad turnovers, multiple bad shots in consecutive possessions, and I hope that halftime break kind of snapped them into gear because Lynn is usually a second half team. Hopefully they stay that way.
And foul trouble is going to be an issue. 3 for Kevin O'Brien, so we'll see if he even starts the second half. But 2 apiece for Palmer, Bornellis, and Michael Baez and Wachukwu. And when Bornellis is not on the floor, you see the immediate impact on the offensive flow.
Yeah, they're gonna start with Cooper in for O'Brien, which I can agree with. Cooper doing a good job defensively and on the boards. Offensively, hasn't been there yet this year, hasn't put together this year, but you like his energy and you like his, what he can bring on the court.
Pat Bacon has a quiet 10 points, so he's right on his average at 20 a game. And there's Bacon, picked up by Cooper on the switch. You don't want Bacon to beat you. You'll take that shot right there. Peterson will let that carry him out of bounds. You'd rather have Marcel Robinson, who's a good player, averaging 15 a game, but he shoots 35% from beyond the arc. Rather see him shooting the ball than than Bacon.
And I think with this lineup here, defensively, Lynn can switch everything. Like Rasheed Worrell can guard those guards. Daniel Cooper can guard those guards if need be. So I think that's why they were able to switch and be successful.
And a turnover on the first possession. That is number 13 for Lynn. Too many.
Again, averaging 16 a game. That's a lot of turnovers.
And they're on pace to surpass that shortly. In the post, good help by Palmer for the steal. Great anticipation. Mornellis has 3 triples. Peterson. Whoa, and two possessions, 2 turnovers.
God.
There's just no need to be in a hurry. The Spartans trying to get this deficit into single digits. Bacon wants a clear out. Bornellis is on Bacon. He's got 2 fouls. If Tampa can get Brandon's third, that would be a huge advantage for them. Good defense by Cooper, nailing the 3 out of the corner. Is Marcel Robinson with a hand in his face. And there it is, into single digits. Taking advantage of the turnovers.
Stagnant offense.
Well, hold it. As you can hear the big Serbian saying, "What?" Marajan. I didn't see. Everybody was looking around kind of puzzled. And surprise on the inbound. Barnellis got it in quickly to Peterson while Tampa argued with the refs. And that's going to get a substitute off of the bench for Coach Schmidt. (44-33). Biffle. And that is going to be number 3 on Palmer, I believe. So Palmer and O'Brien with 3. It's not the kind of team you figure you're going to get this much foul trouble against.
Well, besides for Bacon, obviously we talk about averaging a lot, he comes in with the 3rd most free throws.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But he hasn't gone to the free throw line that much. I mean, you look at him, he's 4 of 4, but then you got 4 of 7 from Biffle, 3 of 4 from Mirajan. I mean, Robinson making his 4th free throw right there. I mean, it's 22 attempts or 21 attempts from the free throw line is an absurd number.
Yeah, this is getting ridiculous. 44-35. They're extending their defense. They reverse the ball into Worrell. Good catch by Rasheed, and he scores it underneath. And Coach Price saying, why don't we ever get to go to the free throw line?
I mean, it is
3 attempts.
Good close, Coop. Rebound.
Block, but getting it back and scoring. Cooper got the block, but nobody saw the ball.
Look up, Maul.
Peterson knifing in. Tough fadeaway, wide left. The lead is 9. Biffle pull-up J is strong. Rebound, Palmer tips it out to himself. Racing to the rim, puts it up and in! What a shot by Jamal Palmer, a circus shot. Go to the bench and get some high fives, and Linda is up applauding just in front of us. What a shot by Jamal, and drawing the foul.
Of course, you gotta see that one again. How about that with the left? I mean, there's gotta be a point in this game where Lynn snaps it together. That has to be it. Keep this. It's a double-digit game now. Now it's a 12-point game. Make that the turning point. Don't let them put your foot on the throat and don't let him back.
Bacon checked by Barnellis. Brandon has to be careful. He's got 2. Lynn switching to a zone. I think everybody knew it, but now Worrell, like you said, Alex, playing that point. Bacon all the way to the rim. That was easy.
Hit the Staples button. That was easy, you're right.
49-39. Cooper. Peterson 4-3.
Almost.
Yeah, I thought that was in.
Yeah, looked good.
Here comes Bacon. Let's see if they stay in the zone or go back to the man-to-man.
Yeah, really
Lob it
miscommunication.
into the big man. Peterson trying to knock it away from him. Cooper gets a piece of that. Palmer trying to keep it in bounds. Running down the sideline. What a good football player Jamal Palmer would make, don't you think?
I agree.
That speed and power. I'm happy to have him on the basketball court, but that will take us to the first media timeout of the second half with Lynn up 10 at 49-39 on the Lynn Sports Network. So Ryan Peterson now the high scorer for Lynn with 10. A dozen points for Pat Bacon leading all scorers. Palmer and Bornellis each have 9. O'Brien remains on the bench with 3 fouls. Bacon in the corner three-pointer. Rebound corralled by the 7-footer. Robinson spinning to his left and puts it in.
That's a nice move. Good touch over Worrell.
Yeah, he's a good one. And 11 points now, averaging 15. Marcel Sr. out of Palm Bay. Bornellis loses it momentarily. Quick enough to recapture. Still 12 seconds on the shot clock. Palmer takes the baseline, draws the foul. And we'll head back to the free throw line as Ibrahim gets them. Jamal, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. O'Brien and Michael Baez to check back in. That rims in. Jamal's been much more efficient from the free throw line. The team now 4 of 5. Meanwhile, Tampa 16 of 21. Lead back up to double digits at 10. A long way to go. Over 14 minutes. And a reach and foul will go on who? If that's Palmer, that.
It's Worrell.
Yeah, well, Worrell is actually better. That's his second. Palmer is playing with 3. And O'Brien back on the floor with 3.
O'Brien's got 3, Palmer with 3. Bornellis and Baez with 2.
Bacon double clutch. O'Brien elevates for the rebound, keeps the ball up.
Let's extend the lead here. Let's get this a little past 10.
Brandon looking over Coach Price for the play.
You got Kevin on a switch. You got Kevin a mismatch. Now you got Mike a mismatch.
Michael Baez to his left. Tough shot, rattles it in. Baez has been productive off of the bench. 8 points in just 5 minutes of play.
We really looked for him to really we've been waiting for him to have that breakout game. Hopefully this is it if he continues to stay on the floor.
Well, that's the key, because he had to be taken out because of a couple of early fouls. "12 seconds on the shot clock. They find Bacon. Bacon was 7. Bacon in the corner. Ibrahim ducks under, and that's a shot clock violation. Never hit rim. Lynn may have gotten a break there, Alex, because if Ibrahim could have drawn that contact on Brandon, he was in the air.
He should have.
That would have been his third.
He absolutely should have.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a typical play you want to make. You got a guy in the air. I mean, I guess you want to get a shot off, but I mean, I guess the amount of foul calls they've gotten too, you should expect they would get that one too.
That's a tough angle to make that entry pass, a long pass into the post. And that hasn't worked tonight. And I think Lynn has turned it over multiple times trying to make that entry pass from distance.
Yeah, you never want to make it from the top of the key either. You got to go on the wings. And Worrell's getting really good position down there, but 7'2" is tough to maneuver around.
Long range, in and out from Robinson. Here comes Michael. Surveying. Looking for a lane. Comes back to Barnellis. Wise decision. The lead a dozen for Lynn. They run Bornellis around a couple of screens, trying to free him up. He's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Beautiful pass inside. Worrell gets hacked. No call again on this side. Got fouled twice, I thought. Bacon penetrates, stolen by Palmer. Jamal with O'Brien, gives it to him, back to Jamal, and he puts it in.
No, that's 100% the right play. I mean, I don't know if he knew that he had someone trailing him on by Tampa, and he's able to do a nice touch pass back, and that's a big bucket.
Well, he unloaded that pass just in time, Kevin did. Yeah, good basketball instincts. Timeout Tampa against a double team. Great energy over the past couple minutes for Coach Price's troops. And Tay Norwood patting some backs as they head to the bench for this timeout. Tay loves it when his team plays energized, particularly on the defensive end. That's his end. And we're going to take a look at that highlight, that tremendous fast break. This is the way they teach it to you, Alex, growing up. A
little give and go.
Yeah.
And, I mean, again, give credit to O'Brien. You had a guy trailing on his left side, but just the knowledge to know that the guy guarding Jamal is going to bite towards him, which is what he should do. I mean, that's a great play on both ends, and for Palmer to do what he does best, as we said already numerous times, and a good finish. It's always impressive.
Now we're going to find that highlight for you. But Lynn pushed the lead back up to 14 after Tampa got it down to single digits to 9. And Lynn stormed out of the gate 21-7, putting up some 3 quick touchdowns. And now they built that lead back up to 14, led by as many as 21. Biffle. Get to Robinson in the post. Good help by Worrell. She comes up with a steal. And they're calling a kick ball. Coach Price saying where? Oh, this Tampa team, very dangerous. You add Shelton to this lineup with the slashers and perimeter play that they have. They're missing Duke Shelton, who averages a double-double, 6'8" senior. Not a team you're going to want to face in postseason if they qualify. That's a difficult shot. Hoisted up by Biffle.
Love that elevator play.
Bornellis, yes.
That's one of the best plays they have when you got Bornellis running across, gets that elevator, the double screen, and he's able to get a bucket. Usually you see people go from the baseline up. They get that going across the middle.
Silky smooth, BB. Brandon Bornellis. Lead back to 17. And a 7-footer puts it in, so Marijan.
Not sure the chances of Bornellis being able to guard that.
Yeah, that's 5-10 against 7-1. Baez launches for three. Worrell keeps it alive. Back to Michael. Palmer for three. He was fading away on that one. As a result, he comes up shy.
There's that. His friend calls it the dolphin jumper. That little hitch he does with his legs too, and he'll get it to go.
Tampa turns it back over, so Lynn has seized the momentum back after Tampa had cut the lead to 9. I think we have that highlight of that terrific fast break by the good buddies O'Brien and Palmer. Here they are. Oh, you can't do it better than that.
Yeah, that was definitely, that was probably a momentum play by itself right there. Again, a really, really heads-up play by O'Brien to give it right back knowing he had a man on.
Tay Norwood during timeouts is a show onto himself. As animated, he gets in those defensive stances. Fun to watch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he ever goes somewhere, gets a coaching job himself, see those huddles by himself where he's leading them and he's all in it. We're lucky to have him here, an energetic guy. But yeah, he's definitely a good coach, good defensive-minded guy with good energy. I mean, that's what you need out of some coaches. You want guys to, lead that energy. And I guess, so just to round out some of the numbers on this game so far, as we have 10 minutes left to go in the second half, the 58 points, 51% on the field for Lynn. They're shooting 5 of 16 from three. But the bright spot, 83% from the free throw line. They haven't gotten there as much as, or actually not nearly close to Tampa, as Rasheed Worrell gets a free throw line jumper to go. Now it's a 60-43 game. But again, Lynn just nicking and tucking. 51% from the field, 31% from three.
And a touch foul will go on Bornellis. And that is his third. Joey Heffron. 10 minutes remaining in the half. 60-43. 7-footer's going to launch in and out. Here comes Brandon leading the break. Ahead to Rasheed. Jump stop back to Bornellis. I think Brandon could have pulled the trigger on that three. Rasheed, tough jump hook. What a soft touch.
He's got that in his game. He's got the high post shot in his game. We've seen that all out throughout the year.
Worrell now with 8 points, 4 rebounds. 13 points for Palmer, lead the way for Lynn. Palmer, another steal. All by himself. Palmer sets up Baez for the slam.
How about that communication on that?
Bacon had it poked away. And a foul on the perimeter will go on Palmer. So that will put a pause into the delight here in the stadium for a while, because that is Jamal's 4th.
They're going to give an ovation anyway. Well deserved. Look at this. Look at this communication. Baez said backboard. Palmer gave it to him.
That's beautiful to watch. So Bornelis will sit with 3. Palmer on the bench with 4. Lynn's lead back to 21. Backdoor to Bacon, rejected by Worrell. Loose ball tapped around to O'Brien, ahead to Baez.
Oh, better pass. Had it.
No need to rush here. Ryan along the baseline.
Yeah, smart play. Good job.
Rashid in the post.
Someone's open. Kevin
finds O'Brien for 3. Baez tip try again, wouldn't drop.
Back to 21 though.
And sparked by energy on the defensive end. Biffle putting up a brick there from the corner. Coach Price.
Kevin's got a mismatch. They want that. They want that.
They get the angle to get him the ball. They don't. They reverse it to the other side.
Nope, there it is.
O'Brien will take the long range jumper. Here comes Bacon on the push. Well defended by
Oh, no, Kevin.
Allen Baez, but then O'Brien over the top will pick up his 4th. So O'Brien, who has been plagued by foul trouble all afternoon long, will head to the bench with 4 to join Palmer, who has 4. Darius James comes in, but fortunately for Lynn, it's a comfortable lead back up to 21, matching their high for the game, which they achieved in the first half. As we take the under 8-minute media timeout, another shooting contest here at the DeHornley Center, all part of the fun. So an opportunity for playing time for a couple of substitutes with Palmer and O'Brien in foul trouble. Darius James and Cooper, along with Allen Baez. Michael Baez has really sparked the team off of the bench. He's also been limited due to foul trouble, Alex, but when he's been on the court, he's made a difference.
Yeah, no, he's really looked for that breakout game. Get you a season high in a little bit, but he's really been trying to find that, that really spark game that he's been looking for, because he's had that great season that great season at Wingate. So far his season high is only 14 in his first year at Lynn University. But he's a guy that he has the energy and he brings that to the team in a lot of ways. Whether it's dancing in the intros or it's getting like a play like that. Because he's athletic as can be. He was actually part of the dunk contest during the Midnight Madness. So he has the athleticism. He's got the energy. He's putting it all together. I mean, he's a really talented player to watch.
No, listen to these numbers for Michael Baez. In 12 minutes, he's got 10 points and 9 rebounds. Well, that's amazing. He may get a double-double in under 10 minutes.
I hope they didn't give him a rebound on that Jamal Palmer break. I mean, that's an assist to Palmer. I hope they gave him an assist for that.
The lead is 19. There is James working to get the ball in the post. Peterson open for 3. Moreno leading the break, and that is a charge.
Yep. you know he's going to do that. I mean, that's what he does. He lays his body on the line now in limited minutes, but I mean, he puts his body on the line for Lynn for the Fighting Knights all the time, and it's acknowledged by his teammates 24/7.
Yeah, he is a tough kid. So 5 Lynn Fighting Knights in double figures: Peterson, Worrell, Palmer, Bornellis, and Michael Baez. Under 7 minutes to play. And again, the entry pass, they're going to have to work on that in practice. Look at Bacon spinning. What a
He's
move.
Talented, man. He's good. Again, those 20 points a game, they mean something.
Yeah, no question, because he's a focal point of pretty much everybody's defense as well. Baez in traffic, difficult shot. And here come the Spartans. Robinson finds Bacon.
Oh, wow.
Puts it up soft over the outstretched arms of DJ. And all of a sudden, it's a 15-point game again. And remember what happened last year, and Coach Price gets a timeout.
It's about that time where it happened, too.
Yeah, Lynn was down. Lynn went on an 18-2 run last season to force overtime, and they needed every one of those points. And now it's 64-49 as Tampa making a run here, taking 5 points off the 21-point lead.
Yeah, I think that, for Lynn now, it's just be smart with the ball. Don't throw the ball away. Those entry passes aren't working, so let's keep working the ball on the perimeter. Find some driving lanes, maybe. Start stretching the floor a little bit. They like to have that big man down low. Maybe draw him out a little bit, and then have that driving lane. So that's probably what Price wants to do. I mean, he's bringing Rasheed Worrell in with this lineup. He'll take Darius James out. So trying to think what he's going to do.
Importantly, Brandon Bornellis is going to check back in, because Lynn's offense just seems to shut down when he's not on the court. Now, Coach Price doesn't want to have to come back with O'Brien and Palmer yet. They both have 4 fouls, and there's still 6 minutes left. He'd like to wait till, right around that 4-minute mark at least.
He wants to ride the ship with these guys, and I think they can do it. And Michael Baez, he's been playing really well. Bornillis, obviously, and Peterson. Those are probably going to be their 1, 2, and 3 right there.
Brandon calls out the play. Michael Baez being bothered by Bacon. 10 seconds to shoot. Bornell is being pushed.
Get something going.
6, 5, 4. Bornellis releases. Almost hit it. And here comes Bacon. Sizzling to the hoop. As a reach and foul. Finally, a whistle goes against Tampa.
That was good defensive possession by Tampa. Bornellis, being as crafty as he can be, just to get a little bit of separation.
Worrell checks back for DJ. That's the 5th team foul. Both teams with 5. Full court pressure by Tampa.
So someone's got to flash the ball. It's got to be Cooper. Oh, Lord. That's why he flashed the ball.
Brandon thought he had Peterson, but Peterson was covered and whipped it over his head. That's the 16th turnover. Moreno. Robinson blocked. Great play by Worrell. Really improved defensively. He's coming up big.
No. Yep. Worrell wants it. I'll just keep on the perimeter if you can. That's why. It hasn't worked all day.
There's a kick ball. But Lynn's really got to try to improve those angles in which they feed the ball in the post.
Give credit to Tampa. They've really closed that. They've really locked it up on it. You know, they know it's good scouting. They know it's a focal point. They watch how Rashid's operated. You're going to get a mismatch here. So this will be an easy pass.
You got Ibrahim on him.
Peterson in the corner. Peterson in the corner.
Worrell didn't see the double team, but then
a
walk is called. He's going to put Jamal back in now with 4.5 minutes. He'll come in for Peterson. So Jamal back on the court with 4 fouls. O'Brien remains on the bench with 4.
Not much floor spacing here for Lynn at all. I mean, besides with Bornillis, not really no perimeter threats. So I worry if I'm Coach Price about that. I would have kept Ryan on the court as long as possible with this unit.
The break there, not a smart play there by Tampa. I don't know where Moreno was going. Well, they turn it over. Well, they got to take care of the ball. They can't have empty possessions if they have hopes of coming back in this one. 12 to shoot. Palmer in the right corner. Bias double team. Ornelas will have to launch. Yes!
Why
So
not?
smooth. A silky smooth touch. Brandon now
15.
with 5 triples for 15 points. And good defense. Bacon is there.
Same team.
Blocked by Worrell. Palmer secures, and Lynn close to securing this victory. That Bornellis 3 might have determined Tampa's fate. Less than 3.5 minutes to play. The lead is 18 for Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
Cooper underneath gets banged and then helped up by Tyler Wilson.
That's a good read. I mean, down screen for Bias to swing back up. You had Cooper flash wide open. Good shot, good heads up play with Palmer and Cooper.
Well, we'll take our last media timeout of the afternoon with the Fighting Knights up by 18 here in the Lynn Sports Network.
Yum yum Bratwurst. Wiener Bratwurst. Wiener Bratwurst. Wiener Bratwurst.
Lads, fish and chips.
Welcome back to the Door-Only Center. The Lynn Fighting Knights looking for their 3rd straight win here at home and trying to continue their climb in the standings. This is a big one because Lynn in that 6th spot, tied for 5th and 6th with Florida Tech at 5-5. And you want to jump into that upper half. A defeat here would kind of send them into the lower half. So protecting their home court very nicely here this afternoon. This team has been very impressive at times here today, Alex.
I'll tell you what, defensively, I mean, for that, you avoid losses when you force a team to shoot 30% from the field. And also, it looks like the free throw numbers are down for Tampa, only 2 attempts, and those 2 attempts came very early in the second half as battling for the loose ball still.
Spartans call timeout.
Timeout called by Tyler Wilson while he was on the ground, trying to retain possession.
Yeah, again, just looking at these stats, we'll get a new one obviously as the game winds down, but 30% from the field for Tampa versus Lynn's 48%. Lynn shooting 28% from three, Tampa shooting 17%. Again, Lynn only shot 6 attempts from the free throw line, while Tampa shot 21. Lynn 5 of 6, Tampa 16 of 21. Some other numbers, Lynn just dominating the paint, 34 points. Most of those points have come off the fast break with 15. 14 points off the bench. That's primarily led by Michael Baez, who's got 10. And they've been dominating second chance points too. 11 to 6.
Bacon isolation, lost the handle. And smart defense there. Make Moreno go to the basket rather than take the three. Now, the lead is 18, and a push there will send Lynn to the free throw line. We'll see how aggressive Tampa is here and if they elect to continue to foul. They're down by 18. There's 2.5 minutes to play. Well, Michael Baez to the free throw line. For the first time, he has a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds in just 17 minutes of play.
How about Daniel Cooper getting some extended minutes?
Coop's got 3 rebounds, 2 blocks. Coach Price likes his defense.
Oh, yeah.
Worrell, very good at that jump hook. Palmer nearly tipped it in. And there's a steal by Cooper. And missed the layup. He didn't get the elevation. I think it's Bornelis the steal. And Brandon won't miss the layup. I think Cooper didn't. He was thinking of dunking it, right? Yeah, but he just didn't get the elevation.
Cooper's already wants to leak out already. He wants another chance at it.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. He's played hard, played well, and probably would have liked to have at least a bucket to go along with his rebounds and steals. Cooper battling.
Look, Coop. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
he's crushed.
Yeah, they're going to send O'Brien. And Cooper a little out of it after missing that layup.
Yeah.
A minute 20 remaining. The lead is now 16 after that basket. Okay. Coach Price will have to call a timeout. His team had trouble inbounding the ball. And he wants to get O'Brien into the game. Cooper dejected with himself, but he needs to forget about that and just appreciate what he's contributed here today, which is some excellent defense and a number of rebounds and blocks and steals.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy like Cooper who's really getting extended play tonight, you want those chances, but listen, he's played so well on the other ends that he will get these extended minutes, but I will give one advice, you got to move on from the next play. I mean, it's all about that. I mean, to be honest, if he turns around, I bet you Bornelis turns around and gives him the ball on that last steal. Because he walked back and he missed the opportunity a little bit too. I even saw Bornelis steal it and kind of look back at Coop like, what are you doing? But, that's one of those plays, you move on to the next one. Plus, your team's up 16 with a minute left to go.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, he needs to move. He needs to forget about it. And Travion Henry over there, not surprised that Coach Price speaks so highly of that kid and his leadership ability. He was first one to go over and say, forget about it, man. Palmer. We'll see if Tampa elects to foul. Just don't turn it over. You can hold on to the ball. It doesn't look like Tampa's going to foul. A minute remaining. They can wind another 10 seconds off, bring it down past 40 seconds. And there's a reach-in foul. So Bornelis will head to the line with 54 seconds. Tampa didn't want to foul at that point because Lynn only had a few seconds remaining on the shot clock.
And Cooper will check back in.
Yeah, good move by Coach Price. Get Coop back in the game. He's had a chance to clear his head. And maybe get a bucket or a free throw here down the stretch.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing later tonight, Alex, when all the guys are together and he's having a Coke or whatever he might be enjoying later, he could be able to laugh about it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's one of those things that you watch film, you'll get some something about that, or just tonight you'll talk about it. But right now you're up 18 points. It's about the next 54 seconds. Just close it out, and look forward to the next game.
Bacon continues, and Palmer's going to get his 5th foul. He tried to stay away from him, and Bacon kind of initiated that contact by leaning in. It's been a frustrating day for Lynn with the officiating. Multiple players in foul trouble throughout. Tampa, they've got 21 free throws taken, but they were at that 21 mark.
Oh, way early.
About 10 minutes earlier on the clock.
I want to say even earlier than that. Might have been like in the first couple minutes, first 5 minutes, they had that. But
so now it's 22. Lynn has only shot 6 free throws, maybe 8 now, but before it was even more lopsided than that.
Yeah, no, it was.
But like you said, I mean, Tampa is a good slashing team. Bacon really able to get to the line. He's 3rd in the nation in free throws attempted, so they do have an advantage there.
Yeah, but Lynn was able to get out of this one. This is a big win. Barring the next 42 seconds that they come up with a 15-point shot. But again, Bronas will probably hold it. This is a really good team win. Good job coming together. After that really sloppy end of the first half, beginning of second half, you're able to finish it off. And that's, for Tampa, you fall behind so much. Oh, my goodness.
Ornelas bringing the crowd to their feet one more time. Wow. The bench leaping up and down. They love it. He is fun to watch.
I think we need to see that one again.
Yeah, maybe we'll have it on the Lynn Sports Network.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Brandon turning some ankles with that move and then able to finish. But still, yet again, Tampa going to the line with 11 seconds. But the bench, well, they loved it.
Oh, wow.
So 11 seconds, Lincoln inbound the ball here. Hold on if they want, advance it in the front court, and now just hold it. Brandon Smart will bring it out as the floor leader and just hold on to the ball to end it. 73-56, the final here at the Orley Center. The Fighting Knights continue to play excellent basketball and win another one, and this is their 5th out of their last 6 games victorious as they continue to climb in the standings with a victory over a dangerous Tampa team. It's one that you really want to protect your house. It's a game you should win at home, but it's not easy with the athletes that the Spartans bring to the court. We're going to get the player of the game interview with Sydney on court, and Coach Price will come up and join me for a post-game interview again. Michael Baez on court with Sydney. As soon as we get eyes on him, we can go down there right now with Michael Baez.
Thanks, Ari. 10 points and 10 rebounds. First double-double of the season. How were you able to contribute on both ends of the court?
I just tried to play as hard as I could. Tonight they didn't really need me to score, so they really needed me to play hard and be high energy, so I just made sure I win every time, and the ball just happened to land to me.
And last time you guys faced Tampa, it didn't go so well. What was different this time?
I think then we were kind of figuring out ourselves, but now we know what we do best, and we just play hard all the time. So when you're always playing hard, you're going to always find a way to get it done.
And you'll be playing hard against Nova. What are going to be the biggest adjustments there?
Yeah, for sure we're going to play hard. The biggest adjustment we got to make is we just got to handle their pressure better. They got us last time, but I think this time we should be able to get it done.
Thank you, and good luck. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Sydney. And Michael Baez, Coach Price, also up here, will join me now. Coach Michael Baez with we just finished up with his interview, but what a lift off of the bench Michael gives you today. He gives you a double-double in just 17 minutes. He comes up with 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Playing a lot better. He's playing more like we kind of thought he would when he came here. Seems to be more comfortable and kind of staying within himself and doing what we asked him to do, and certainly gave us a lift. He's been doing a really good job on the glass.
Brandon Bornelis, again, entertaining the crowd with an incredible move at the end, but the story was his 5 triples, the way he's controlling the game. We talked about Bornelis. You told me how good you thought he was, but that he needed to improve his managing of the game. You feel like it looks like it's coming.
He's getting better. You see him being more vocal, trying to get people and stuff, and that's just a freshman. I think that'll come, but I think you're right. I think he's doing a better job of trying to get people where they need to be and lead a little more. And again, that'll come with time. I mean, he's a pretty talented kid, and I think he'll keep improving.
He finishes with 21 points, and going up against a star like Bacon, that's particularly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he did a nice job. He's been playing really well for us. A little concerned about how young he is, hopefully staying strong as we get later in the season here, but certainly been playing well. I mean, we just fouled Tampa too much. When we played over there, we put them on the line 30-some times. What did they shoot tonight? I mean, they shot 25 free throws.
Yeah.
They'd taken 19 at the half, so we were better in the second half. But they do a good job driving the ball and getting to the rim. And, overall, pretty darn good effort with our team. We had a couple bad spells there towards the end of the game and towards the end of the first half. I think pretty good effort.
Yeah, and particularly with multiple guys in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Daniel Cooper gives you those solid minutes defensively and up front, even though he's a little bit undersized.
Well, he knows his role, and he's doing what we ask, and he knows he's never going to be some huge offensive player. He's coming in and getting rebounds and defending and doing tough plays and things like that, and that's why he's playing a lot. He's been playing a lot of minutes. He's been playing around 20 minutes the last 3 games.
It seems like the team does go through a bit of lulls. Brandy, you had to pull, but you got to rest Bornelis a little bit, especially with his size. He gets in foul trouble. The team struggles to get in the offense when he's out of the game.
I agree. Something we got to get better at. We got Allen and Trevion both, and we've got to find the right person there. Allen was good early, and he came in the second half. He came in the later part of the first half. I thought he really struggled. So, yeah, we've got to find an answer there because I do think Brandon's playing too many minutes. He sat some tonight because he got into foul trouble and only had 28, but he's been going 38, 36 minutes. So we got to find an answer there. And you're right. We just go through spells of about 5 minutes where we just kind of look lost and we start looking around. Foul trouble did hurt us tonight. Jamal was in trouble. Kevin was in trouble. Mike Baez was in trouble. Brandon was in trouble. So I thought that showed at times.
Well, here you go again. And somehow another 2-game road trip. It seems like you've been on the road all year. You go back to Nova Southeastern. Is the team looking forward to that? You open the season in conference play with Nova. That seems like about 6 months ago.
Well, who opens the season with 2 conference games? Brandon didn't even play in either one of those games. I think we're a different team. Now, I'm sure they are too. They're a good team, playing interesting style. And good thing for us, we've been a very good road team. We've won 3 road games in conference already. Could have got one if Barry didn't get there, but hopefully we'll go down and play well on Wednesday.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
Great job today. All right, Coach Price leading Lynn to victory. They improve the record to 9-8, 6-5 now in conference, and that just sounds tremendous because they start out 1-4. What a turnaround of this season, led by Coach Price, guiding this team, putting the chemistry together with so many new faces to try to find the right pattern of play and chemistry, and Coach Price and his staff have done it. And this is a fun and exciting and a dangerous team coming down the stretch here in Sunshine State Conference play. So they win at 73-56 over Tampa. Bornelis BB leading the way with 21, 10 apiece for Worrell and Peterson. We have 13 for Jamal, 10 points for Michael Baez on his way to a double-double off of the bench. And other contributors, a couple points for James, 2 points for Wachukwu, 5 for Kevin O'Brien, who was plagued with foul trouble for most of the night. Bacon right on his average, leading the way for Tampa with 20. Lynn wins it. Doubleheader victory again. So fun basketball. They will be returning home. We got to wait till the 31st again. That'll be Florida Tech on a Wednesday night, 5:30, 7:30 doubleheader over the Lynn Sports Network. And be here in attendance if you can. For Joey Heffern and the Lynn Sports Network, Victoria and Sydney, our sideline reporters, my partner Alex Embry, I'm Ari Shannock saying have a great weekend, everybody.